Okay, so basically we are in the land of discarded projects. Yeah, this is basically where things come to die or just wait to die on the farm for a little while until decide whether we're going to do anything with them or not. Um, but what we're up here for today is this. And this is the 1976 Apache Ramada pop-up camper that the nephew and I were talking about dragging out and putting back into service. It's been setting up here since 2014 and closed up. Oop, I just about fell down the hill there. It's been sitting here closed up since 2014 and really doesn't look like it's weathered all that bad, other than just being dirty and covered in leaves. But it's not been popped up for probably 5 years, and we're gonna try to get it out of here and level it and pop it up and see how bad it is, and see what we need to do to make it fit what we need for it to today. Like, probably that air conditioning is going to most likely go away. I don't have it in anything else with a cabin, so probably not gonna need that. So anyway, we'll get it. Let's see if we can get it out of here and level and away from some of the trees here, and we'll open it up. It's not really in a bad spot, but the door is kind of going to be hard to access, and I can't block my road to my house seat. That's basically a lot of work going on up here throughout the winter. So yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the new workhorse. That's the new to me 1956 Ford 860 tractor. Have had it for, it's the second or third winter, I guess. So a couple years. Runs pretty good. Doesn't look that great, but for the age and the fact that it's just a workhorse, it does pretty well. It's brand new oil filter. Changed the oil on it earlier this year. I think it may have had the original oil in it, but anyway, it's runs great. A little 4-cylinder. So let's see if we can get this camper out of here and see how bad off it is. try to round up a couple levels and a broom, and I'll be back. All right, so I didn't bore anybody with the leveling process. It took a little finale when I had a pretty good sized bottle jack here and used the tongue jack to get her pretty well level. I'm on wet ground. I'm sure it's not going to stay like that, but it's got some leveling jacks underneath of it. But they're not really jacks, they're just arms that swing down, if you can see those, and at least one's bent, so probably got bottomed out. It's one of the back ones. So anyway, we'll look at those later, but the $1,000,000 question is, will it still pop up? And I'm hoping it will. I actually rebuilt all the lift chains on it. These old Apaches have a lift chain system that's made out of rubber as opposed to cables, and I rebuilt that in 2012, maybe 13. I think it was 2012. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully they still work. I've been pretty lucky with everything else. Did find the crank handle in the side compartment that goes to the inside. I think that was a new for 1976 option. The previous years did not have this neat little option where you can get inside the camper. So first look, nothing seems to be too rotted out or anything. It's still solid. Yeah, anyway, so let's put the crank handle to use and see if it will pop up. My handle. Well, it seems clear. Let's give her a shot. You guys can't see it, but I'm fighting the problem with there's a drive shaft underneath there that connects the front and the rear gearboxes to let it lift up the same. And the shaft's popping out back there. I can feel it. trying to reach up and pull it back in place. So let me see if I can get up underneath of it and see what's going on there. Try to give you guys a better look. Here's the crank handle. This is a gearbox on the rear. There's another one just like it on the front. I'll pull the handle out of the way for a minute. And right here is my culprit. It's notched. This is popping that way and coming out. So this gearbox is turning. This shaft has to turn. It goes all the way through the frame, which looks fantastic, by the way, other than needing probably a good coat of paint. Look at the plywood on the bottom floor. Still looks just like new. And axle looks fine. Tires look pretty good. We'll probably order replacements because I don't mess with steering or brakes. I don't take any chances with those. But everything so far under here looks really good. So anyway, now that the shaft's back in the hole, let's see if we can't finish cranking this sucker up in the air. Cross your fingers. Yeah, I believe that is all the way up. If so, then these walls should just tip into place. They have to persuade it. Looks like this one's dragging on the roof panel just a little bit. There we go. Little clips there that hold them to the risers. That's nice. Let me get the back side. Got one clip giving me some problems. I'm going to try to straighten it out. All right, let me give you another quick walk around and I'll show you what was going on. Here's the sidewalls up. Basically makes a huge wind tunnel. But as you can see, other than some curtains are pretty in need of being washed, a little dirty. It's put together okay, but right here, there are these little clips, and they're on all four corners. So when you raise these walls up and they pivot in, like this will let it slide in. Well, you want this to go, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of got it'll drop down into, can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. But anyways, this got to slide into this lower slider. So you just bring this in and you should just be able to push down on it. And that locks the sidewalls in. because they're too high right now. But now that that's up and the walls are held into the uprights, we'll crank that back down and it'll set down on top of the walls in this channel up there, if you can see it. And we'll finagle the top until it's fit into place there. So let me get that set down, and then we'll pop out the bunks here. All right, I finally got the top down where it belongs. It's missing a piece of trim. It goes across here and it kept looking funny, so that trim's gone. I don't know if it was ever there or if it's come off sometime since I've had it, but I'm going to assume that probably has been gone for a while. But anyway, this side came down okay. See, it's got this nice wide trim that holds that wall in place. I had a little bit of difficulties getting that front side wall up in there. You can tell the roof panel back here is coming down, and it's got a little bit of insulation left, but this is going to end up just coming out altogether, because man, what a mess. And but doesn't appear to be any critters living in it. There was a substantial mouse nest in the window on the other side. I'll show you that. So I haven't folded that out yet, but look at that. Somebody's been making a nice little nest in there. So anyway, what we're going to do, I'm sure these bunk ends are not level, or I'm sure they're going to need to be re-leveled, but let me get the poles and we'll continue to slide these out, and the poles will just slide over those little studs on the frame, these guys right here, and then up into these guys under here. And this is only slid out partially, needs to come the rest of the way out. So let me grab a couple poles and I will finish sliding that out and show you guys how that works. All right, these poles should have been originally stored in brackets like this guy and this one, but they're broke. This one will hold one, but this one won't hold any. So it should normally just stack like this, and then this lip right there comes down and holds them in place when the top's down. So, but these brackets are still available, I found out, so we'll definitely be getting a set of replacement brackets for it. So, anyway, let's get this guy slid out and hopefully in place. If I remember right, it's a lot easier to, well, it's got some stuff in it. Guessing some mud dauber nests there, both sides. All right, that'll work. So put this guy here. Oh, there's a big old nasty wasp nest. Here's some more. Ooh, another one. Couple of them. It's another reason why I waited until later in the year to do this, because man, I knew there'd be bugs everywhere. All right, so let's slide this out. See if we can. One. Hope you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see it. Now, whew, let's see if I remember how to do this. I think this guy. Where we've had squirrels. This is the buggy end. There's that dead wasp. Oh, he's still alive. Not anymore. Yeah, because he's still living. Well, was living. Anyway. Yeah, this is in pretty bad shape. I believe walked this way. I remember get inside and latch this thing in place. Oh yeah, that paneling is wore out. It's just paneling. Let's see. Here. Like that. You're missing a screwdriver to fix that. That I can do. Oh, I've got one in my belt. Hold on, Nelly. Alrighty. Yeah, we're gonna pull as much of this out while the getting's good here. No point trying to save this. $1976's finest. That'll be, we'll clean that up later, but the ABS is in pretty good shape. Looks like it's needs a little repair right here and here. So it might have been tried to repair before, but good thing about getting the paneling out of the way, we can see what kind of shape the ABS is in. This is the important stuff, the ABS. So let's put a wall in. Now, wow, this panel's got to come off also. Bear with me, I'm just going to get this nasty paneling out of here while I can, while it's easy. Alright. Oops, back up in there. Take my screwdriver up. There's a bar there. Nasty. Ooh, that wasn't good. All right. That's all right. If you guys heard that APS crack, wasn't that bad, but there's enough ABS repairs anyway. It's going to be a while fixing the ABS, but it'll look like new when it's done. All right, let me slide this other wall in. Actually, I'll take you guys inside, show you how that works. Alright, I got you guys clamped on this sink faucet. Let's see if you can see this. Hopefully you can. These sides lift up and they slide on what's called a living hinge. It's basically a piece of fabric with two pieces of plastic, and one slides into the channel of the slide out and one into the wall, and they slide back and forth on each other, and you can pick these guys up, slide the wall out like so. There's just one decent panel out of all of them. It'll come off too. You slide it out to where it fits into this other channel, and then it slides back into place and makes a seal. You may have to force it in or coax it in from the outside there. Alright, actually that's not bad. You can see a little light up top. That's no big deal because there are actually covers that go on the outside. This holds us tight. Lock it down. This one, the handle's missing off of it. The screwdriver is what I normally use. I'm thinking I saw a place that sold these replacement latches, and if that's the case, we're going to get some. We don't want to mess with that. So anyway, that actually fits pretty well. I'm really surprised at how well the roof is held up on the inside. If you guys can see, it's got a 12-volt light, plugs in those wires right there, there, and when the top goes up, you plug it in, and it's got a little fan and another 12-volt light in the back. And I will be upgrading these with LEDs, and those old incandescent 12-volt lights will definitely be going away, since I happen to know a little bit about LED lighting at this point in my life. And likely the roof will get fit with some solar panels. So you can see there's another panel back there that's got to come down. The cushions look awesome. They obviously need cleaned up, but I'm really surprised that they have still look as good as they do. I don't know why I didn't recover those. I think those might have been extras. Maybe those weren't used for anything, because I'm looking, looks like there's a full set of 4 here, which would be that table, and 2 for the pull-out couch. This is a couch that pulls out, sleeps 2. Anyway, I don't know if you can see the cabinets here, but the cabinets are on hinges, and they, I'm about to break my faucet there. They flip up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll have to redo the camera, but they flip up and lay on the floor. The upper ones do when the thing's in motion. So it's not much in the top ones other than just plumbing and stuff. And then there's a furnace, there's a fridge, and this worked the last time it was used off of propane, 12-volt and 110. I don't know if I'll leave it. I don't have a fridge in the cabin, so I can't really imagine the need to have one in the camper if I don't have one in my house. So anyway, let me get this back wall put together, and I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, we've got that wall popped up and in. The living hinge at the bottom of that panel is just missing altogether. That panel's kind of setting in there. So I did put the corner caps on. Looks like need some weather stripping. Can still see some daylight. So that, or maybe the wall's not set quite all the way down, but it looks like it might be a little bit, maybe a little high. I can't really tell. I don't think it's that high. I think I just need to make some foam blocks to put in there. So I'm getting a low battery warning. Let me change that out, and I'll be back. All right, so anyway, new battery. Give you an idea of what it looks like. Dirty, needs a lot of cleaning. Like I said, not been opened up in 5 or 6 years. Gas cooktop, 3 burner. It's kind of nice. Sink that does have the water tank. Access is from the outside. Looks like it's still in pretty good shape. That I believe was a screen room that we used to take. Cabinets. Little electric heater, won't be needing that. Wow, got some mice action in here. There's building little nests. So anyway, these were these little slide out bins are factory. Some little plug-in camper lights. Lots of mice. Looks like that was paper towels. No clue. I'm not going to do digging too much in there, but it's a little neat organizer system. That'll probably stay. Just stepped on a nut. Cushion, a toaster. Wow, man, I can't know. Remember the last time I used a toaster? That's probably garbage. Looks like there was some sleeping bags stuffed in this side. There's storage under all of the cabinets. This one's accessed from the outside over there. This one, I believe, get to from in here. But anyway, we're gonna not dig around too much. But there are storage under all the seats. some electrical stuff, that'll go away. Breaker boxes won't need that. It'll never be hooked to 110 again, at least not while I own it. Empty storage. Air conditioners underneath the table, which is probably going to go away. I just like a fridge, I don't really have much use for it. So the central power pack, I am not going to trust that. Look how sketchy these are from the back. I'm gonna pass. It's a power converter, not an inverter. Inverter goes from 110 to 12 volt. This actually, goes from 12 volt to 110. This is a converter. It goes from 110 down to 12 volts with one pass-through outlet. So we're not going to trust that. We will rewire everything. So all these cabinets and stuff will come out, and probably going to replace the linoleum with something else. Might leave it, I don't know. If I remember right, it cleans up okay. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed looking. I'll give you one last tour of the outside. Oh yeah, this is cool too on the doors. It's closed. It does one piece. You can flip a little latch, and now you're a lunch wagon. So there's a screen in part of the door. So all the windows have screens. A couple windows are cracked. Let me close this door back properly. I don't even know if I've got a key for the door, but I'm not too much worried about it if I'm camping, especially with big Sophie girl. Nobody's gonna walk in with a big old Newfoundland in there. These are the corner covers right here. I put back on. I didn't show you guys them going on. They just clip on. Here's the back room. Again, it's got some ABS repairs that need to be done. Not a big deal. It's pretty straightforward. Lots of power washing. It needs scrubbed. So yeah, that's kind of broke. Maybe that needs this while we're seeing light. So this is cracked right there. If you guys can see it, I can't tell. The sun's in my eyes. There's the outlet for the furnace. That'll probably be coming out. Here was the water box. It's locked, but anyway, I'll show you that real quick. I think the other one there is the back of the refrigerator, which that's probably going to come out, and I'm thinking that's a good spot to put some batteries. It's already vented, and let's see here. There is the water tank, and like I said, I think it's okay. It looks like it was drained, as long as it doesn't leak. I'll pull it out when I pull the rest of the stuff out. That'll be awesome to be able to set a little water filter up on the outside to filter in and fill that up from wherever you're camping beside of. And fridge, like I say, there's no need to see that. Window, got a missing window here altogether. Got a cracked one you can see on the past the screen there. The glass in there, plexiglass, tinted glass is cracked. That one's got a crack. This one doesn't appear to have a crack, but yep, it's broken at the bottom. No, it's plastic. I can't tell. But luckily the plexiglass is pretty cheap. I think you can replace all the panels with the tinted for about 140 bucks. So maybe less. And these windows look okay. Well, I don't know why they're only tinted on one side of the camper, but I'm thinking they're going to probably go back tinted all the way around. So maybe, I don't know, maybe not. With the curtains, it really doesn't matter, I guess. So, but there you have it. 1976 Apache Ramada, and I believe she's going to be just fine to make a full recovery and put back into use. So let me know what you think. If you've got an Apache, if you had an Apache, don't you just put it in the comments down there, or tell me what you think about the solid state pop-ups, no canvas. That's how awesome is that. So anyway, hey guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.